mate, doing interviews. Hello, Mum. So, here we are in the middle of London, where I've got my studio. We are doing some lovely interview questions for Drum and Bass Arena. And the first lovely interview question that they asked me was, I did an EP on True Players, and it was an 8-track EP, so it's kind of like a mini album really. But what I felt was that it was a bit one-dimensional, you know, like pretty much just dance floor drum and bass, and so I wanted to do something else what sort of gave me an opportunity to just do something different really. And then a DJ called Slimzy, who is on Rinse FM in London, started playing it in with this sort of UK garage. And basically it just turned into sort of like a big UK garage thing that was pretty much driven by the Pirates and by the sort of kids. So we realised it was going well, and then in the end I signed it to Azuli, who are to do with Black Market Records, and they released it as a single. The reaction from the drum and bass scene, I think all of the heads, everybody like the DJs was all like, yeah, wicked, go on mate, do, you know, like sort of show a bit of versatility. I remember that Fabio and Groove Rider, they went to Cardiff, and you know, Groove Rider sometimes plays house music sets, and you know, I imagine Fabio does. They're both they're just music heads, aren't they, them two? And some kid was saying to Groove, oh fucking, what's Zinc doing? He's a cunt, he's making all this fucking shitty UK garage. And Fabio had to stop Groove Rider from hitting the kid, because Groove was like, what, are you going to tell me I can't play house and Zinc can't make breaks, yeah? Like, started freaking out on the kid. And you know how Groove does. Not exactly subtle. Hello Groove, you alright mate? Music naturally goes, you know, drum and bass follows its own path. And if we all looked at the hip hop world and said, right, so Ronnie's going to be Pharrell, and you know, Groove Rider's going to be Funk Flex, and blah blah, you know, like, and we try to emulate what they're doing. I don't think it'd work. I think the reason that drum and bass works is because it's just a natural thing and people do what they're feeling. There's certain things that can be learnt from other scenes, definitely, but I mean, if you're looking at hip hop, like so much of it's really sort of commercial. I wouldn't really want drum and bass to go that way, personally. Every time I try and close my eyes, I did used to use more hip hop vocals, and I do now record more vocals live, and that wasn't like a conscious thing. It was just, it's like when I started off, my studio was a £200 mixer, an Atari, and an Akai S950, and that had 30 seconds of sample time in it, and that was it. I didn't have a mic or a compressor or nothing, or a studio to record in, so it was hard to record vocals. When I did that Faster album, I recorded a load of vocals, and I really enjoyed the process of recording vocals. It's quite after using like MIDI and doing stuff a certain way for years, I've never really recorded it or used any live instruments, so it was interesting to do that. It's sort of harder to tame. Yeah, so recently, I'm interested in doing vocal stuff. You know, the stuff with Jenna, stuff with X-Man. You know, I did a tune with Slaughter John. I've enjoyed actually creating new stuff rather than using other people's things. I like to use samples in the studio, but for vocals, I think I'm starting to get more into a thing of actually doing them original. Basically, the story with Jenna is that I kept seeing Jenna like out and about in clubs, and I say to her, like, oh, have you done any new music? You know, like I was just on her case to get some new vocal stuff, because I love playing tunes with, you know, real vocals in them. And she was like, oh, nah, but what I'd like to do is to sort of do a drum and bass album. And I'd be like, oh, and so I said, oh, wicked, yeah, like let me know when you start it, and I'll send you some instrumentals and see if if I can put anything on your album. So she's like, oh yeah, cool. Then I see her a couple of months later, and I said, oh, how you doing, Jen? Like, what's happening? She's like, yeah, oh yeah, I want to do a drum and bass album. And I was like, right, yeah, well, when you want to do it, let me know, and I'll give you a couple of tunes. So she's like, right, yeah, cool. I see her a couple of months later, and I'm like, oh, so what's happening, Jen? She's like, yeah, I want to do a drum and bass album. It's like, right, okay. So I was like, look, it's not that easy a thing to put together. And she's busy doing all like hundreds of different things at once, you know. So I was like, I'd love to be involved and to actually release the album. You know, I'll do it as best as I can. And so Jenna agreed to it, and I had to give her a hypnol first, and then I got the contract out and said, right, just, yeah. So no, she agreed to it, and so far, you know, a load of people have done tracks, Artificial Intelligence, TC1 Stress Level, D-Bridge, DK, Friction's working on something, Comics, New Tone, Logistics, me, who else is there? Chasing Status has done a wicked one. She's going to be doing some live dates later in the year, and so far we've done quite a few where I'll be DJing and she comes and sings. She'll do like 5 tracks live. When I say live, I mean we'll just play an instrumental. She'll sing live, so the vocals are 100% live, the rest is 100% not. And but maybe we're going to change that for the later in the year. We'll see. The thing with the drive-by car tune, I had a day booked in a studio in the West End. There was a few people come down just to do me specials, and I said to X, you know, if you've got like an hour or two free, can you come down there and just do us a special? And he was like, yeah, of course. Came down there, smacked it, I'd done it, and then so many people was like, when's that tune coming out? And I was like, oh, it's not, it's just a special. But so many, you know, like my agent was saying, I've had 4 people this week ask me when that tune's, can you just, like, I'm your agent, not your fucking PR person, can you either release it or not? And like fucking, you know, we had all different people asking, so in the end we was like, alright, we'll put it out.
Not in Portugal, not in Africa, not in anywhere. You meet such lovely girls as we are. Only in Portugal.
He's a Brazilian DJ, and he came from Brazil and DJ'd in England, drum and bass. And
São Paulo, Rio.
Yeah, he comes from Sao Paulo. And
power city, powerful city,
yeah,
very powerful.
And his DJ skills are amazing. So everybody in England was like, wow, who's this guy?
Who's this guy?
Who's come from another country, scratching
and
he does it like playing football, you know, football. But he plays the scratches.
Yeah, really good. She knows.
Flowing.
And you're picking for the
I asked him to mix the last mix he did. I asked Martin to do it, and he did it, and it's wicked, and it's just come out. It's very good.
That's brilliant for you.
Thank you.
Really wicked.
I know. I'm very happy about it. Yes, yes, madam.
Who is Mood, the second swing?
Oh, Mood to Swing, who are they? Mood to Swing are a US-based house act. Like on Bingo, like we put out drum and bass, and breaks, and house as well. We do all different stuff. And Mood to Swing are a house act, and the first house record that I released on my label was by Mood to Swing. I want to have a record label that's unlimited. You know, like, because a lot of record labels, they release only drum and bass, or only house, or only this, or only that, but I want to be able to just release music. If I like it, I release it. Here we are, this is what I do, obviously Fridays and Saturdays, you know, I DJ in clubs and that, and then in the evenings I make tunes and that, but during the week, usually, I work in this Inglorious trainer shop here in Brick Lane. We do very small trainers, and also, thanks, able assistant, you know, also we do very big trainers. Glorious, Brick Lane, right? Next question. Personally, I think that the way, like when I started making tunes, it was not easy to get in the studio